Hi there guys, this is the first inaugural video of the Knights Templar group weekly update. I'm David Tusa. I'm one of the administrators that's actually here in Australia. It's actually, believe it or not, a very hot day here. It's essentially, I'd say, if you're in America, probably 100, well, wouldn't be 100 Fahrenheit, maybe about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, so roughly about 30 degrees Celsius. It's essentially a nice day here, but let me put it to you this way: I've never seen snow. Anyway, to important business. So far, I've been preparing for a few things here in the Southern Hemisphere, and obviously I'll be discussing with Andromeda in where she is, in the important events in Europe, and I'll be looking at the things here in Australia, New Zealand, and any parts of the Southern Hemisphere that's happening with any Knight Templar organisations. At the moment, we've got, the Knights Templar group has got an acquisition. You've probably seen it in one of my posts, so I'll just show it to you anyway. Give me a moment. So this is one of the, as a replica of essentially a Templar sword. Obviously it's not, it's just a replica. I'll be wearing it on the Winterfest, which will be happening in Sydney, basically in June next year. There's also one in September, and I'll be going as a Templar Knight. So hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it won't rain. When it's winter here in Sydney, it rains, so hopefully it won't be too rainy, but hey, I'm a Templar Knight, I should be able to handle that. So just a moment, I'll just put this one back. There we go. That's in its pride and place. Went off camera. So basically, in signs of that, anyone who has any things they'd like to mention on the Knights Templar, please do so. Also, as you probably would have guessed, we're also looking for a moderator as well. If you think you can moderate our page as well, I think myself and Andromeda would love to hear from you. Essentially, all it is really is to make sure that no one is being unprofessional on the page. Obviously, it's purely a historic site, and we don't want any silly things happening on there, so hence we need a moderator while Andromeda and I aren't online. And also as well, if you do become a moderator, obviously you'll be catching up with myself and Andromeda every week. Usually we do it on a Sunday, and we tee it up so we're all awake at the same time. Obviously, me being in Australia and Andromeda being in Europe, it's kind of a hit and match thing, so it's obviously something that we try to work on. Obviously I don't want to wake her up too early, and obviously she doesn't want to call me too late at night, so there's that issue, being in the different parts of the world. And saying that as well, anything, like I said earlier, any questions you wanted to raise, like we had one from Michelle, appreciate that question, Michelle. Any other questions about the Templar Knights, we'll definitely follow it up and give you an answer. If anyone in the group would like to join in, definitely you can. Obviously, I hope you understand that if you do put some posts on there, they have to be approved by the administrators, myself and Andromeda, and also the moderator-elect. In saying that, what else has happened on our team? Group sites are still working on the YouTube site for the Knights Templar group. Unfortunately, due to copyright, I've got to wait for copyrights laws to be agreed. I don't want to have any fines or anything. Next as well, all these, especially all these catch-up groups, all these catch-up videos will actually be available on the YouTube site, so they'll be directly linked from the Knights Templar group site, Knights Templar page, to the YouTube site. I I don't know if anyone uses Twitter these days, but we also have Twitter for the Knights Templar group. Obviously, it's not as robust as Facebook. Obviously, they're all great social media, but with Twitter, it's more of a sort of a small content that you have to send to each other and small comments. So basically, all I'm using Twitter for really is just for if there's anything like a shout out from any of the members you'd like to put on Twitter. There's no need to wait for an approval from obviously a administrator. However, we will be closely guarding or looking at any spots that or anything that comes through, and if they are not within the Knights Templar rules, regulations, and obviously will be blocked. But in saying that, if there's anything that you'd like to raise, put forward, that's obviously that you'd like to share with the group, we'd love to hear from it. Anything positive, obviously, so that would be great. And if anyone has any Templar photos from Europe or Africa or the Middle East that I'd love to share on the site, that would be fantastic. A bit of history with it as well would go great, and that would definitely enhance our site. In saying that as well, I haven't discussed this with the second administrator, but we'll have a discussion later, so it's not obviously approved yet, but we'll see if we can get a website. Obviously the website would be more to do with videos, sort of links to the Facebook site, links to the social media sites, links to essentially what we've got running, to put them all in one box. But that's a long way away at the moment because we're just a very small Facebook community. It's probably, that's like a future thing. It's probably something we'll work on later. In saying that, if you have any suggestions, please email us. We have a Gmail account, so if you could email the Templar Knights group at gmail.com. Anything that you'd like to share that's, you know, between myself and the administrator, and obviously if we get a moderator as well, we'd love to hear from you. And secondly, one last thing as well, if you think that there'd be any great, if you're going to any festivals that's in the theme of the medieval knights, you'd like to put them on the Knights Templar group, and you think that you feel that would shine, would basically show more history of the Templars or in their period, please, you're welcome to put photos on there, as Andromeda has. She's taken photos and she's put them on there, which really enhances our site. We'd love to get members involved. Obviously, I understand from the poll you gave us that you would prefer just us providing content, but in the same token, if you feel you'd like to contribute, you have that right as well, so you can contribute as well. But obviously we will be supplying the documentaries and the any of the information that you enjoy looking at. We'll definitely do that, but if you feel you'd like to add, or sorry, I should say contribute to the site, please do so. Obviously just give us a 24-hour turnaround time so we can approve the post and put it onto the website. So look, that's really about it today in regards to the Knights Templar and the Knights Templar group. If you have any other information, or if you'd like to, one more thing, if you'd like to respond to the moderator position, that would be, we're looking forward for someone. Please get your emails in by the 1st of March. And the address is the Templar Knights group at gmail.com, and if you could put your the subject being the moderator's position and why you think you'd be a perfect fit. Basically, it has to be someone who's over 18 years or older. We'd love to have one of our members there, obviously, because you guys love the page, and we know that you would have a commitment toward the page. So guys, I'll keep the page as we have it. I'll make sure that we've got what we need, but also if you want to put anything on there that you feel is appropriate, want to ask any questions, want to any contributions you can, please do so. Well, again, this is David Tusa here, the administrator for the Knights Templar here in Australia. Thank you very much for looking at my video, and I'll put one up there next week for you. Until then.
There are your 8 jousters, the 6 mounted for the grand final, and Sir Dominic and Sir Mark, beautifully resplendent on foot. I ask you now to give them 3 mighty cheers. Hep, hep.